Alright guys, it's Vol here and my buddy Pestilence, dual commentary on the Clubday MSL Group A. This is the final match, the grand final, and it will decide whether Mensol or Iris will be kicked out of the MSL or carrying on through. And just taking a look at the colours here, we've got... sorry, did I say Mensol and Iris? We already had that match. This is later in Iris. Sorry guys, that's later there. Later is the white Terran and Iris is the purple Terran. The map is Destination. It's not a map that either me or Rob have played on.
No, this is the first time I've actually seen of it.
Looks interesting. Looks interesting. It's a two-player map. As you can see, it's in the Badlands tile set, not one that we've had since like Arcadia, which is the only other map that I can think of offhand that had Badlands as the tile set. But this is a two-player map, and it's got expansions sort of around the sides. But generally, it's, as you can see, it's a rectangular style map. This like a single start location, the two sort of top corners, the top left and the bottom right. And just to remind people again, later is white, Iris is purple. Now, these two players have struggled through this group. We've seen 4GG just totally breeze his way through and get to the get through MSL. We've seen Mensol crash and burn as the only Zerg in this group. So it remains for the two middlemen to pull this off. And just based on the two games we've seen so far, any picks?
I would like to say Iris will get through.
That's funny you say that because I think later we'll get through.
Well, there you go.
There you go. We've got
maybe that's the difference in the drinks that we're having.
Yeah,
it's wine versus beer.
Wine versus beer. That's what it comes down to. So later is wine, Iris is beer. So depending on your drink of choice, guys in the audience, we'll find out today whether wine or beer is triumphant. And looking at wine, both wine and beer are both going for refinery. So I guess they want to refine their metaphor's not really working. But, oh, hey, look at this. SCV out in the field. Is that going to be building a barracks? Is it going to be building a barracks?
I would imagine it is. It's out off the scouting path, I think. Well, with not knowing the map, it's hard to say. But
yeah,
I believe it's out of the path which the opposing SCV will come across.
Both of these players looking very determined, and we've got a barracks here for Iris already walling in his choke point. Later is building a factory,
proxy factory,
out in the
probably
field.
Floated over later on. Both players with the same build. Interesting
though, because later, I mean, if he floats his factory, it'll be in sight range of the building of Iris. But if he sends his vulture in there, it's going to be encountered by the wall. So I'd rather be Iris in this situation.
As we saw in the last matchup, these pro gamers are able to warp their units across those walls by using the floating SCV trick. Yeah,
but as you can see, it's an actual wall with two supply depots and a barracks, and we're not talking about the mineral lines here, and it's possible to float your SCV or your vulture over the mineral, a single mineral patch, but when it's a double supply depot and a barracks, I'm not so sure. So I think Iris has covered his ass here by getting that oh look, we've got here an engineering bay from one of his players.
And an add-on.
Yeah. Iris is putting a double factory down Later's putting a double factory down in his proxy position, and they both are. So this is just like a proxy mayhem right now, and honestly, I can't pick it.
I thought that Later put down an engineering bay and not a second.
Oh yeah, you're right. Which is strange, but I've got to say, guys, I'm liking Iris's position much more, and the reason why is because Iris is walled, and Later hasn't. But I mean, then again, Later has the 4 Marines in front of his ramp, which is pretty much just as good as a wall. But what do you make of that add-on down there at the 6-squad position that Later has added? Will he be moving tanks over there with the engineering bay to scout?
I imagine so. It's the only logical reason.
Yeah.
With an engineering bay being cheaper than a barracks and also giving you the ability to build turrets.
Quite right. Iris is trying to break through that mineral line, but he's not being able to do that. And 4GG has got his... not 4GG, Later, sorry. Get their names right, Wall. We've got a single tank from Later. And, ouch, these vultures might be able to get through.
Well, Later seeing that Iris is pushing quite aggressively with those vultures. He's put down Barrack, a
bunker.
Sorry.
And did you see that?
Unfortunately, though, he's lost all his Marines.
He's lost all his Marines, and that was a trade-off with the Vultures compared to the Marines. But later has these tanks in position, which is very nice. And he's got the engineering bay floating over. He may build a couple. Oh, look at this! Look at this. Later has actually Iris is attacking with 2 Goliaths, and it's Goliaths versus Later's base, and Later's tanks versus Iris's base. So the tanks have more capacity for destruction here. But look at this. Later's taking his SCVs off the line and attacking these Goliaths. Goliath's very brilliant unit against SCVs and getting plenty of kills, but the SCVs are rushing out of base. Oh my god, this looks pretty bad for both players.
It looks like Beer's taking the advantage here.
Beer does look to be taking the advantage with the because oh my god, Beer is just crushing all the SCVs here. If you guys are keeping up with the metaphor, Beer is Iris, and Iris is actually just getting rid of all of the SCVs in Later's base and shooting at that command center. So poor Later having to run away with his SCVs, and those tanks just aren't making it to Iris's base quick enough.
I believe what Later's doing there is he's trying to send his SCVs down to mine out that wall, which is blocking off the entrance where his tanks are at.
It's too late. It's too late. Even with the number of tanks he's got, I mean, if Iris just brings his Goliaths back, the combination of Goliaths and all of those SCVs...
The wall is gone.
Yeah, but look at what he's doing. He's building Wraiths from the starboard, so that's brilliant. Iris is going to take this, guys. Iris is going to win. Because he's got so many SCVs that he can just surround the tanks. He can bring the Goliaths back, and he's even going to have Wraiths there to take out these tanks. So this is brilliant stuff by Iris. He's really done well, and I think he deserves to be continuing on the MSL with this play. Really be looking forward to seeing what he comes up with, because he's outsmarted later in this game.
You might say that he's living up to his name as the Berserker Tyrann.
You might say that. I keep forgetting that he's changed his name to Berserker, but he has indeed done that, and he has berserked his way through this. Later's desperately trying to get some SCV kills here, but all he's going to manage to do is sacrifice this last remaining ditch effort, and there go the tanks, and there come the Goliaths. So GG, guys. We're about to see it. What did you think? Give me a summary of Group A, Rob.
It seemed to be a lot of close matches. Some of them were quick, but it came down to the builds,
I think you're right. Build order victories in a lot of those games.
But I think that's to be expected with a lot of mirror matchups.
I think the only game that didn't come down to build order victories was Later versus 4GG, which we saw in the very first match. And 4GG generally made some good decisions later in the game, which allowed him to clinch that. Whereas Later, if he had made some better decisions, might have been able to hold on, despite 4GG coming out with a better build from first on. But I mean, you're right, build order victories. And look at Iris there. He looks like he could use a beer.
Yeah, well, I think he could use a beer over a wine.
I think he probably could, and I'm nearly out of wine. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. This is Luke and Rob, aka Vol and Pestilence, commentating Group A. Hope you guys enjoyed Group A. I'm not sure if we'll have Group B for you anytime soon, but Group B is coming up, according to Team Lick, in about 15 hours. And I might be commentating if I can. Just give me some feedback if you enjoyed these commentaries, and I'll be passing that on to Rob. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I don't really have much else to say. Do you?
Drink more beer.
Drink more beer, and you'll win StarCraft more often against wine players like Later. Thanks for watching, guys.